Hello everyone, namaste, welcome to another video. In today's video, we're going to have a short practice based on stability, body stability, and strength. So we're going to start the practice in child pose, Adho Mukha Virasana. We're going to have the big toes together. The hips are going to be pushed back and the hands are going to go forwards. And we're going to keep the arms extended, the back extended as we walk forwards. And we don't want to sleep here because many times we just want to rest, which is also fine. But today we're going to try to keep the fingertips on the mat, the back and the arms as extended as we can. And at last you can take your head down and relax here for a few seconds. Take a few breaths here, keeping the arms active, keeping the back also active. The abdomen is going inwards, and you're extending your back towards your hands. So don't let your body to drop towards the mat, but instead of that, try to move forwards towards your hands. Now slowly we're going to place the hands on the mat, fully open your hand, press the palm, press the fingers on the mat. We're going to transition to a downward facing dog position, taking the hips up, and before we were pushing from the hands to the hips. In the child pose, we're going to do the same here. So try to push as much as you can, keeping that extension in the arms, keeping the extension in the back. And we start pushing towards the hips. In this downward facing dog position, the first downward facing dog. Slowly we're going to start walking the hands back. You can bend the knees if you need. So walk the hands back, walk the hands back. Keep the feet hip width apart. Hold the opposite elbow with your hands. Fully extend your legs. It doesn't really matter if your back is round in here. Just try to keep the legs extended and just hanging here for a few seconds in this Uttanasana. A little bit more passive. Legs fully extended, and just use the weight of your trunk to go deeper into that flexibility. We stay here for a few breaths. Very gently bend the knees. Move the hands forwards, start walking back into a downward facing dog position. And from downward facing dog, keeping the whole activation in the arms and the activation in the back, we're going to start flowing into upward facing dog, keeping the toes stacked, and up into downward facing dog. For a few times, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, and trying to move from that stability, which is coming from the extension in the arms and the activation in the abdomen, the extension in the trunk that we were trying to create in the child pose and in downward facing dog. Here is very important to keep the abdomen active so that we don't compromise the lumbar when we go into upward facing dog. Now for the next pose, we're going to hold downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana for 3 minutes. Yeah? If you feel that it's a little bit too much for you, try to hold it as much as you can, take a pause, and then come back to downward facing dog. Yeah? 1 minute is fine to start, even 40 seconds. Today we're going to try to stay for 3 minutes, starting now. Try to regulate your breath. Keep the legs extended. And if you are not able 2, take the heels down, then take the heels up, raise the hips as well up, and try to keep the legs extended. So keep the legs extended and the heels up, if that's your case. Otherwise, you can just take the heels down, keeping the legs extended, the arms extended. Having that nice activation of the body in downward facing dog. This is a static activation. The arms are strong, the back is strong, abdomen, legs. We're almost halfway here. Just hang here with me for 1 more minute. Remember to keep the shoulders rolling out. Remember to press the hands down. Open the hand, press the palm down. The abdomen is going in. And as we did in the child pose, we were not dropping our trunk towards the mat, but we were extending our backs towards the hips. So it's the same here. And it's a very common mistake that we drop our trunk to the mat. Let's try to keep the trunk extended towards the hips. 20 minutes, 20 seconds, more. Awesome. If you stay with me for the 3 minutes, that's great. Otherwise, keep trying. You can come back to this video. Try the 3 minutes of downward facing dog. Now, slowly, we're gonna move the hands back into an Uttanasana position. You can bend the knees if you need. We're going to hold the big toes with the index, the middle, and the thumb. Bend the knees if you need, and we go into Ardha Uttanasana, so keep extending the back forwards. If you're able to extend the legs without compromising the back, you can also try that. Otherwise, you can bend the knees, and we go here into Ardha Uttanasana, fully extend the back, abdomen go inwards, hold it for a few breaths here, and in the exhalation, we go down, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, extending the back, keeping the abdomen active, those muscles in your back strong, and in the exhalation, that extension goes into the direction of my feet. Inhale, we go for Ardha Uttanasana. Exhalation, we go for Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Last time, inhale, we go into Uttanasana, Ardha Uttanasana. In the exhalation, we go to Uttanasana. Slowly come back with the inhalation to Ardha Uttanasana. We're going to gently move the hands towards the hips. You can always bend the knees. And you want to take the shoulders back, like you're trying to hug the scapulas together. So really try to take the shoulders back, the elbows back, and the abdomen in. Extend your legs and hold here this variation of Ardha Uttanasana for a few breaths, keeping your back extended, long, and strong. And here with me, remember you can always bend the knees if you feel you're rounding your back too much. And it makes it nicer for this back activation even to bend the legs. So you can check the difference as well. With the next inhalation, we come up into a standing position. Our last position for this stability strength sequence is going to be a tree pose. We're going to hold tree pose each leg for 1 minute. So always the option 1, if you don't feel that you have a lot of balance and you need to build up that stability before you go to a little bit more difficult balance, you can always keep your foot, in this case my right foot, the heel is going towards the ankle. And then you really try to keep the bottom leg extended. This right knee is going to the side and you try to keep the hips square. From there, you take the abdomen in, shoulders back, extend your trunk, and you can take the hands in this Namaskar mudra. This will be option 1, focusing on the bottom leg and the stability of that bottom leg. Option 2 will be to take the right foot towards the chin. And you see the balance is difficult here. So you can take it towards the chin. Never take the foot towards the knee. Yeah, either the chin, and of course the option 3 will be here. The heel is going towards the opposite groin. Keeping the knee back and the hips square as much as we can. Now we're going to take the hands together and we're going to try to hold it here for a minute. Let me just check the phone. Great. This is the timer. Be careful with the balance, not to fall here. And we hold it for 1 minute. Taking the shoulders back, the chest open. This is a really, really good asana position to build strength in the legs. And you can also find here a lot of minor imbalances that we have in the legs. Might be in the ankle, might be in the feet, might be in the hips. It's a really awesome position to build stability. Try to also stay connected with your breath. Try to relax, finding that space of activation and relaxation. We're almost there, 5 seconds. And slowly release the hands, take the right leg down. You can shake a little bit the left leg. I don't think my teacher actually likes this shaking, but I think sometimes it's good. So shake the leg, and now we go to the other side. So keep the hands on the hips. Option 1, we take the heel towards the ankle to find the stability. Option 2, we get into balance. So we take the foot towards the chin. Option 3, we go to taking the heel towards the groin. The left knee is going back. And then we take the hands in front of the chest. In my case, this leg is a little bit more easy. My right leg is much more stable than my left leg. This is a little bit easier. Still, the balance is always difficult, but the strength in the right leg, it feels much better than the left. So that's why we like to do single. We do both sides. Usually when we do yoga, we do right leg, we do left leg, right arm, left arm. So we try to equalize the flexibility, the strength in both sides of our bodies. We're almost finished here. The chest is always open, back is extended. 10 more seconds. Good job. Slowly release the hands, drop the foot down. You can shake the right leg a little bit. So this tree pose, it can be done even 3 minutes, it can be done 5 minutes, it can be done for 10 minutes. Imagine the stability that is built in the legs, the more that we hold the position. So that's the practice for today. If you got some time, try to lay down on full relaxation Shavasana, at least for a minute in full relaxation, so that the body digests all the impressions from the practice. I hope you like the video and see you next time.